Why are you laughing?
Oh gosh, I don't know where my audio's coming from, but we'll figure it out. Um, welcome to Trifecta Hour. I'm AJ. This is Ink. This is Prince. We in the building. How y'all doing on this hot Friday evening?
I am
Uh,
doing well.
he's doing better than me.
That is true. This is true. I'm live from Trump's golf course here in North Carolina.
Look at you.
Yes. Oh
And
yeah.
I'm live from my nephew's junkie room.
They let
Why
you
you
in?
gotta why you gotta call him out like that? Oh yes, they
It's
did let me in.
yeah.
Well they
His
carded me, of course.
yeah. His room is so filthy. I have to use a green screen. It's awful.
Oh man, I should have used one. Anyway,
Okay, let's go.
hope everybody's well. Where's my notes? All right, there we go. So our favorite outspoken, bleach, blonde, bad-built, butch-bodied congressional rep Marjorie Taylor Greene served up 7 courses of verbal whoop-ash on Capitol Hill this week as Dr. Fauci's long-anticipated public testimony before the House Oversight and Accountability Select Subcommittee on the Coronavirus Pandemic commenced. That's a hell of a title. This meeting was preceded by 2 days of closed interviews in January. So let's take a look at the exchange between MTG and Dr. Fauci.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Fauci, you were quoted on CBS Face the Nation saying it's easy to criticize, but they're really criticizing science because I represent science. Do you represent science, Mr. Fauci?
I am a scientist who uses the scientific method to gain information.
Yes, you said you represent science. Do you represent science, Mr. Fauci? Yes or
Again,
no? Yes or no?
No, that's not a yes or no
Yes,
answer.
it's a yes or no.
I don't think it is.
Okay, well, we'll take that as a you don't know what you represent.
But
But this, as director of the NIH, you did sign off on these so-called scientific experiments. And as a dog lover, I want to tell you this is disgusting and evil, what you signed off on, and these experiments that happened to beagles paid for by the American taxpayer. And I want you to know Americans don't pay their taxes for animals to be tortured like this. So the type of science that you are representing, Mr. Fauci, is abhorrent, and it needs to stop.
Spell
Mr.
it.
Fauci, you also represent the type of science that where you confess that you made up the COVID rules, including
I didn't hear what you
6
said.
feet social distancing and masking of children.
I never said I made anything up.
You admitted that you made it up. You
I
made it
didn't
up
say
as you went.
I made it up.
So are you saying this is fake news, Mr. Fauci?
I didn't say I made anything up.
What did you say?
I said that it is not based in science and it just appeared.
But this is science.
What does dogs have to do with anything that we're talking about today?
These are scientific experiments. This is what you signed off on.
He laughing in the
But
back.
you also told the American people they had to distance by 6 feet. They had to wear masks. But let's also talk a little bit further about the type of science that you represent. NIH scientists made $710 million in royalties from drug makers, a fact that's been hidden. Let's talk about the fact about, is it right for scientists and doctors getting paid by the American people, government taxpayer paychecks to get patents where they're paid millions and hundreds of millions of dollars in royalty fees, especially when the NIH and these government agencies, most powerful agencies in our country, are recommending medical suggestions and advice and making up guidelines like 6 feet distancing and masking of children. Do you think that's appropriate? Do the American people deserve to be abused like that, Mr. Fauci? Because you're not doctor, you're Mr. Fauci in my few minutes.
Let's go.
No, I don't need your answer. I want to talk about this right here.
Mr. Chairman,
Fauci,
objection.
I reclaim my time.
Objection.
I reclaim my time. I reclaim my time, Mr. Raskin.
Gentlelady will suspend.
Mr. Chairman,
Point of order.
just in terms of the rules of decorum, are we allowed to deny that a doctor is a doctor just because we don't want him to be a doctor?
Yes, because in my time, that man does not deserve to have a license. As a matter of fact, it should be revoked, and he belongs in
Gentlelady will
prison.
suspend.
Well, it's not up to you, girl.
And the gentlelady should recognize the doctor as a doctor.
She's not kind of crazy.
Thank you, Mr. Can I Chairman. be- Is this what we have become? Is this
Until
what
your
we have
willy
devolved
chopped
into?
off and in the grass.
No
You
decorum.
know what? We can do that hearing about the poor men that were injected with syphilis because I support you in that.
Ooh.
That's horrific.
Ooh.
And this government that
I
does
would
things
urge
like that to
Miss-
Americans doesn't have decorum to the American
Mr.
people.
Chairman,
Gentleman is out of
point of
order.
regular order, please.
The gentleman is out of order.
Tuskegee.
All right, we can
Record.
stop there. All right, so as a group of people who, we would call conspiracy theorists, anti-science, domestic terrorists, anti-American, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. God knows what else we've been called behind closed doors and in discords. Dr. Fauci said the social distancing rules just came out of nowhere. They just showed up one day, and they just decided to implement all of these weird things. What are our thoughts on this? Ink, what was this? What is my question?
Oh, I don't know.
There we go.
What is your question?
I don't know. It's there it is. How does it feel to know what does that say?
Okay, so and during the
How does it feel to know that a lot of folks has to endure the pandemic was complete bullshit?
Plandemic.
Pandemic.
Plandemic was complete bullshit.
He's such a poet. He's such a
Shut
poet.
up. Shut up. Anyway, that's the question.
Okay, so anyways, since AJ spends more time looking good, obviously, than reading over his own notes. Here's the thing. There are people, no matter what information is given out, no matter what people tell them, that'll still think that it was real.
Facts.
No, this information is important to nobody at this point, because the people who matter never believed it anyways, and the people who believed it don't believe it was planned. They'll still believe they need to wear a mask because they're still wearing them. They'll still believe that you need to get away from them because they're still getting away from people. They'll still believe that they need 754 boosters because they're still getting boosters. They'll still believe that. So in the reality, this is the same information that we've always known. We've always known that he was fraudulent. We always know that he did this for the money. But yet and still, people went along with it. It's only those of us who didn't go along with it that are just sitting back like, oh, feels good to be right.
Time will tell.
No, I'm being serious though. Like, I mean, if you really think about it, there are literally people still wearing masks right now.
Alone in their
Right
car.
now. Oh, outside riding their bikes. Okay.
Oh man,
Okay.
at work. I've seen it at work.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here? Prince from Trump's Lake House. I'm gonna say
Yes.
that. I'm gonna say that the whole night.
Okay. Yes, live from Trump's Lake House. I'm still alive. So listen, to be fair,
Turn your
there
mic down
was
a little.
It is
Yeah,
down.
You loud.
You loud all up in here.
You
You're
hear
loud.
me now? Am I loud?
We heard you. That's the problem. Just turn you down a little bit. There you go. All right, let's get it.
Well, turn me
Okay.
up so I can get busy. Listen, to be fair, she was also Marjorie was also caught in a photo wearing a mask. And to full disclosure, I did get the shot. So listen, information comes in every day, right? We learn, we move on. But I will say this, you two have been consistent from the jump when you said that it was complete bullshit the way it was presented to us, and then how they kept adding on things like that. And then now to come to find out that a lot of these quote unquote, the distancing, the mask, stuff like that, it just came out of nowhere. Now we see everybody, both sides, how a narrative can come into the world and then it can just spread and nobody knows the origins. Even Fauci didn't know. He was like, I never said that, but he did say it. He may not have said it like that, but he did say it. And it's just funny that I just want to say one more quick thing too. Don't nobody give a damn about them dogs. Like, can we stop it? Like, nobody gives a damn about dogs.
Really, Prince?
Like stop
Really?
it.
Really,
Stop
Prince?
it.
Really?
Stop it.
Really?
The
Really,
damn
Prince?
beagles. Like, She don't care
Oh
about
my
them
God.
Beagles. All she
Oh my
wanted to do
God.
was get on Fauci, Mr. Fauci. Fauci
Can
out.
we mute him? Can we mute him?
But
He just say nobody give a damn about dogs. Go ahead. Go off about
listen,
it.
but yeah,
But
but
he has
far
a dog.
I do have a dog and I love the dog. I love it. But if it listen, let's
Your
not go
turn's
there.
up. Your turn's over. AJ,
But,
what are your
well,
thoughts on
hold
the
on. I'm not
pandemic?
done because you
No,
cut it
you're done.
short.
No, you're
No,
done.
I'm not done.
No,
You
you're
cut
done.
it short.
No, you're done. AJ, what do you think about this pandemic?
Are you done, Prince?
He's done.
Apparently, I am done, says the tall black woman. Go ahead, AJ.
Well, like I
Hater.
said from the jump, this was the test to see how much of our rights we were willing to give up and how stupid we were willing to act for the government. I said this from the beginning. When you walk in a store and shit just don't make sense, why the fuck if the arrow's pointing one way for the aisle and the other way for the other aisle? How the fuck does that stop a virus? You can't see it, you can't smell it, you can't taste it, and for the sake of this dumb ass conversation, you can't hear it. So what the fuck are we doing here? I said this from the jump. Even the masks. If you could smell stuff through the mask, the shit don't work. So unless you have those special, I forgot the N whatever masks, you're exposed. It's a virus. And how viruses, you touch shit, you touch your face, and that's it. You're infected. That's it. That's how it works. That's how viruses have been working since the beginning of the time. And this whole overreaction was political, just like a lot of shit is political these days. So it had nothing to do with safety and the people. It had everything to do with big pharma, how much money we can get from this bullshit, and how we can get Joe Biden in office. That's all this shit was about. It had nothing to do with the people. Had nothing to do with us. I said what I said. Anyway, I thought there was a second question.
Nope.
I guess not. We'll be back. Well, that merch may not be relevant for much longer, but
So should we say appealed 2024? I don't know.
Oh man, yeah. So let's move on to Byron Donalds. So Florida congressional rep Byron Donalds got in some hot water this week for something he didn't say, but some black folks took issue with it anyway. Let's take a look at the first video.
Donald Trump's vice presidential contenders, Congressman Byron Donalds, he made some comments that has a lot of you talking and a lot of Democrats fired up. I'm going to speak with him live in just a couple of minutes.
You can't hear it?
But here are the original remarks. They were made as a part of a pitch to black voters in Philadelphia. And I want you to hear it in its full context. Listen.
I grew up with my mom. My dad and my mom.
We're going to bring that back. Can you guys see that video playing?
No, me and AJ can't see it, but we can hear it.
And they can't see it. And they can't see it. It's just our background.
Interesting. So hold on.
One more time. Should I
drop try that again? No, hold on. Let me see. Can you guys see it now? Hold on.
We can't
Donald
see it,
Trump's
Prince.
vice presidential contenders, Congressman Byron Donalds.
Prince, we can't see it, Prince.
I'll send the uncut version.
Prince, we can't see it.
Oh my God.
Prince, we can't see it. You hear me talking to you, Prince?
You gotta send that.
Yeah. Live to live.
Yeah.
Or I could just play it. Hold
on.
Okay.
They can hear it. We can hear it, but they can't see it. Do you want me to just play it so they can hear it?
Oh no. We just give us a moment. Work with us. Thank you. Appreciate you. Love you a long time.
How does it feel to be me, Keisha?
How does it feel?
It's not my fault.
Why can't I airdrop? Oh, it's probably too long to airdrop.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Pause.
Well, how would you get it? Anyway.
Is it in a folder
Okay.
somewhere?
I'm gonna put it in the shared folder. Thank y'all for y'all patience. We appreciate y'all. We love you long time.
I mean, the sound is pretty good. I mean, they're
Great.
saying they're fine with the audio. Woosah, AJ, it's all good. We can do the audio.
Fine, do the audio.
Okay.
He made some comments that has a lot of you talking and a lot of Democrats fired up. I'm going to speak with him live in just a couple of minutes. But here are the original remarks. They were made as a part of a pitch to black voters in Philadelphia. And I want you to hear it in its full context. Listen.
I grew up with my mom. My dad and my mom, things didn't work out. As an adult, I look at my father and I say, bro, I don't know what happened, but you my father and I love you. Wow. I don't know what happened. I wasn't there. Wow. But I'm gonna tell you this, growing up, the one thing I knew I wanted to do, and this is not about my father, this is about what I wanted to do, is I wanted to be a father to my son. Wow. And so one of the things that's actually happening in our culture, which you're now starting to see in our politics, is the reinvigoration of black families with younger black men and black women. And that is also helping to breed the revival of a black middle class in America. You see, during Jim Crow, the black family was together. That's right. During Jim Crow, more black people were not just conservative, because black people always have been conservative-minded, but more black people voted conservatively. And then HEW, Lyndon Johnson, and then you go down that road, and now we are where we are. What's happened in America the last 10 years, and I say it because it's my contemporaries, it's Wesley's contemporaries, you're starting to see more black people be married in homes, raising kids. It's when you home with your wife raising your kids, and then you look at the world, you're saying, now wait a minute, time out. This does not look right. How can I get something to my kids? It goes back to the conversation of generational wealth. Not just having a job, generational wealth.
Now, we should note that.
So, he never said black folks were better under Jim Crow and Jim Crow was great for blacks. But she gonna try anyway. Go ahead.
Jesus.
Many Democrats who jumped on Donald's today claimed that he said that blacks were, quote, better off. As you heard there, he didn't use those exact words in the clip, but the congressman joins me now to...
But what?
No.
But what?
No,
talk about that. Congressman, thank you for being here. I want to just focus on really the substance of what you were saying or trying to say in that clip. Ooh. What did you mean by black families were more together during Jim Crow?
Are they this dense, really?
Frankly, what that is about the empirical fact that before the Great Society, before Lyndon Johnson's policies, there was more black families united. The marriage rate in black America was significantly higher before the Great Society. The period of time that coincides with that, obviously, is Jim Crow era. And then after the Great Society, the marriage rate in the black community plummeted significantly. The Great Society is a part of that reason, not completely, but it's definitely a part of that. And what you're seeing right now in America is a reformation of black families in America. That's a good thing, not only for the black community and for black families, but it's also a good thing for the country.
So what was the point of tying together the black family and Jim Crow specifically? I mean, Jim Crow, as you know, was a period of racial segregation, of racial terror.
I can't wait to speak.
Why would you make that connection?
All I was doing was referring to the time periods when you talk about the historical timelines in America and coinciding with black families and what the marriage rate in Black families are. The overarching point is obviously talking about what polling shows today, that about 25% of the Black vote, depending on what poll you're looking at, is leaning towards supporting Republicans and supporting President Trump. The corollary to that is that when you're in a family unit, husband and wife, living together, working together, thriving together, you're raising your kids, your thought process is now talking about building generational wealth. What am I leaving to my children? What kind of communities do I want my children to come up in? What are the educational opportunities? What's going on with the economy? How does, and then to a broader level, how does foreign policy and all these other public policy issues flow into that? And so when you compare the terrible agenda of Joe Biden and what that's done to families in America, coinciding with the fact that you are seeing a reformation of Black families in America today, which is an absolutely wonderful thing and needs to continue. My view is it also coincides with a more conservative leaning and a more conservative mindset politically in those families.
Does everything require a think piece? Does
No.
everything require to be overanalyzed and dissected and remixed into something that's not inked? Go ahead, thoughts.
Okay, so first of all, let's have a moment of silence for the moron who was speaking to the intelligent man. Okay, we're gonna have a moment of silence for her. I'm gonna say this. My father, he lived through Jim Crow. He was there in Louisiana, colored drinking fountains, colored bathroom, the whole nine. He would tell you the same thing. He would tell you that during segregation, we were more united as a people because everything was about us. He would tell you that we were better during that time because we were united as a people. It has nothing to do with the other nonsense of Jim Crow. It's just the error of time. So segregation, all the Black people together, all the white people together, we were better as a people. We owned more, we had more, our businesses thrived, like you said, our families were together, all of that. They didn't like that we were thriving. See, they thought by segregating us, we would fail. But no, we were thriving. We were like, hey, we got this. No problem. You want us over here by ourselves? We will be over here by ourselves. And we going to do good while we over here. Okay? So they saw that and they didn't like that. So what they do? Oh, they mixed us all up. They made you believe that that would be better. And then they gave you welfare. And then they made you lie and say you didn't know who your baby daddy was, and then that you weren't married, and all of this other kind of stuff so you can get benefits. See how that works? If you had a husband and the man was in the house, you're not getting nothing. But if you're a single mama, 15 baby daddies, we're gonna give you the world. So guess what? You guys are focusing on the negative. You're focusing on the Jim Crow aspect of what he said because that was the time, the error. And you're not focusing on what he's saying. And what he's telling you is during the time of segregation, we as a people were better. Okay? We were with our families. We were working together. It was better. See what that was about? That wasn't about Jim Crow. It wasn't about segregation. It wasn't about any negative things that were going on at the time. It was just about us as a people and our families. You dummies. So stupid. Hold on. And you know what else? I find it ironic that people always want to talk about shit they never experienced. Okay? You didn't even live during it. You didn't even experience that shit. But you have so many comments on it. You didn't even experience it. But the very people who lived through it, the very people who were there, the very people who experienced segregation, colored drinking fountains, all of that, those people, they will tell you as a people we were united because all we had was each other. We thrived when people left us alone. When we was over there by ourselves and owning our grocery stores and all of that kind of stuff, we thrived. You morons. But you always want to talk about what you read, what you heard. Stupid. Shit's irritating.
Well, like you, Ink, I'm not going to talk about what I read. I'm going to talk about what my 82-year-old father told me when he played for a basketball team during that era when they would tell his team, him and a whole bunch of other white players, that he couldn't eat in a restaurant And they will all say, well, if Grady can't eat, yes, a black man named Grady back then, if Grady can't eat, then we're not eating. My dad been through the water fountains. My dad been through the hoses. My dad has been through all of that. And he told me that they were much more together back then. I didn't read that in the textbook. I got it from somebody who lived it. See,
That
this is my
part.
problem. You can't struggle when you're thriving. And
Woo!
what I mean by that is you can't talk from a position of Harvard graduate on a high-ranking, high-rating platform and then talk down to people and say you should feel like this. No. No blonde hair lady. You should feel like that. I'm not going to feel like that. And God bless Byron Donalds, because I would not have had the mental bandwidth to be like, which you heard what I said the first time. Why am I regurgitating this? We're wasting time. Can we talk about some policies? Because I'm not about to repeat what I said. You know what I said, but you wanna pander to your little victims and you want to make it seem like, oh, Byron Donalds is the sellout because he's saying this. No, I'm so sick and tired of this mindset. You know what? You know how you want to honor those who were hosed, bit, hung, dragged? By thriving. They didn't do all that to see you whining and bitching and complaining on social media about, again, what I said on my show on Thursday. Give me real racism. Don't give me this. I had to eat in the back of the Applebee's because it was packed, and they may have put me back there because I was black. No, give me real racism. Like some the horn and was like, "Hey, nigger, where you going?" Give me that racism. I miss that. I miss that because then it's tangible.
Just had to slip one in there, didn't you?
And I can see it. Give me that. Because this new racism, it's not doing anything for me because it's all bullshit.
Well, to quote one of my favorite rap groups, Onyx, but wait, it gets worse. And in the spirit of choosing to take stuff out of context, here's Byron's exchange with our favorite black blonde, Joy Reid.
Oh, God.
Could not protect his wife from rape, could not protect his son from lynching. So again, why would you quote that era and say that at that time, the family all being in the home together was something we should think of as a good thing?
Well, first of all, Joy, the story you bring up and you're bringing up is a tragedy, one of the great tragedies of the Jim Crow era. This is why those policies they were disgusting and distasteful. All I was talking about, Joy, was the benefit of a man in the family.
Again, sir, I'm sorry,
Joy,
I let you talk for a long time. Sorry, I only no. Talk over you. You've gotten a chance to speak a lot, Congressman. You're going to answer my question now and not filibuster. This is the question you want. This is the question you need to answer.
That's what I'm trying to answer. That's what I'm trying to answer, Joy.
Give me a second. Take a breath. Take a breath. If a black man could not protect. It's my show. If a black man, a black father, could not protect his wife, his son, or himself from lynching and violence, how is him being in the home mean that is an era that was better for the black family, or that we should think of as a good thing?
First of all, Joy, I never said that it was better for black people in Jim Crow. I have never said that, and even my own words say that. If you're talking about the importance of black fathers in the home, or frankly, all fathers in the home, it is always for the betterment of children to have leadership. Yes, for safety. So having two people in the home to help provide the economic needs for those children so the family can succeed. That is a wonderful thing. We should always get back to that, not to Jim Crow. And this is the point of the gaslighting and the lying that is occurring with what I said. Don't try to impose the fact that the marriage rates were better in the higher, I want to be clear, higher in the Jim Crow era to mean that I think Jim Crow is great. That is a lie. That is gaslighting. I would never say such a thing, which is why the Jim Crow era was destructive of black people.
You brought it up. You're the one who brought it up.
Let's get one more question. And now you're trying to gaslight like everybody else is trying to gaslight.
The timeline was when, okay, let's, one more thing. One more thing. The poverty rate during Jim Crow was 55.1%. More than half of families were impoverished. You also said, and I'm quoting you again, during Jim Crow, more black people were not just conservative. Black people have always been conservative-minded, but black people voted conservatively. Black people weren't allowed to vote at all during Jim Crow.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, first of all, there were areas in the United States where black people did vote.
Under Jim
It
Crow?
wasn't universal throughout the United States. So let's just be perfectly honest about that. I just told you it was not universal.
We know Jim Crow
there
wasn't
were areas,
throughout
but
the United
obviously
States.
black people were suppressed from voting.
So you're
That's
proving
what the
this
purpose
point.
of not just the 64 and the 65 voting rights back, but so many others. But let's get back to what I was saying.
So you're inaccurate
All
there.
I was talking about is about black families. No, I'm not being inaccurate.
During Jim
You
Crow,
are being
more black
inaccurate.
people
This is the problem.
voted conservative. They didn't vote conservative because they weren't allowed to vote. That is the essence of what Jim Crow is.
So again, Joy, I'm gonna come back to my original point. It is talking about the family unit, having more fathers in the home, which creates better people going forward.
Last question,
That was
and
what
then
I
I'm going to
said
let
in
you
my
go.
comments.
Last question. We're out of time,
Sure,
but I'm
go
going to give
ahead.
you one more question. During Jim Crow, could your family have
Sure.
existed? You are in an interracial marriage. Your
Oh
wife
my
is
gosh,
a
are you
white
kidding
conservative
me?
activist. Could your family have existed at all during Jim Crow?
Oh, how did we get out of order? That's
Yo,
weird.
I see. This is why he got the job, because I would have been banned from all the networks. I would have just been banned, because it is nothing more frustrating than you know what the fuck I meant, and you're choosing to take it out of context. There's nothing more annoying than that. You're choosing to take it out of context. It's not, oh, I said something that was so ethereal and it was so artistic that let's dissect this. He said what the fuck he said. You read the quote, you heard the quote. What are we talking about here? Anyway, Prince reaction.
My reaction is I just been on one with black women this week. Y'all
We
take
know.
everything personal and you get emotional. First of all, you're a terrible host if you're not letting the guest speak. You answer a question, you asked him a question, oh shit. Oh no. You asked him a question and you didn't allow him to speak.
Stupid.
And then you answered his question with the answer. Sir, I know Jim Crow wasn't throughout the United States. Well, then you proved his point when he said that black people were able to vote in other areas. So what are we doing? You're just going around. You're trying to get a gotcha moment. You're trying to paint this man as a sellout and somebody who said that we were doing better when atrocities were committed against us. He wasn't saying that. He was saying because of those very atrocities, we stuck together because we all had the same issues overall. I don't know how hard that is. I don't know why does she struggle with that, but I do know why she struggles with that. And another thing that pissed me off, we have seen what happens when people knocking doors and there's only mommy there and there's only a woman there to protect the family. We've seen that. So if a man is there, there's a level of even with the worst of the worst. If a man is in the home, they have to approach differently. So if a mother and a father is both in the home to protect the children, that makes it better. Does it not, Joy? Does it not? Fix your bang and stop the bullshit. I'm so sick of this woman. It's like her whole objective is just to cause chaos and confusion and to keep us emotional. And then in November, you're voting wrong because Joy told you that the other side wants to put you back in chains or thinks that when you were strung up was the best time for us. And that's not what Byron Donald said.
Exactly.
Those are some good points. Well, first of all, the bald-headed bandit. This is what she does best. Okay, she disrespects the black man on every level that she can. Okay, she seeks to destroy the black man. Okay, and then in the process of doing that, what was her response? Well, could you have been married? I mean, you're married to a whole Caucasian woman.
Oh my gosh! Another gotcha moment. Fishing for another gotcha moment.
Okay, So let's just get back to it, because this is what happens when you have like single women who are barren at this point. Okay. The point of the entire conversation was about having men in the homes with their families. That was the point of the entire conversation. Nothing else was relevant. He was just saying during that era, during that time, we were united. The men were in the home. See, again, she's one of those, I don't know what a woman is. Okay. She's one of those. She's one of those who men can have babies. She's one of those. So when you have those type of people, what do they want to do? When you yourself are so awful that no man wants you, and if he does want you, he's a bitch, this is what you do. You want to degrade the strong man who wants to stand up, who wants to be a man, who wants to provide for his children, who wants to be present, who wants to be a man. We've lost that. I mean, we could probably count the number of men that are still existent now at this point on all of our hands together, because they're all just going by the wayside. So nothing about Joy's interview surprises me, because that was a black man sitting there, and she has no respect for black men. So I don't know what her daddy did to her, but she might want to work through those childhood traumas, because she is literally trying to break down every black man. Every black man she speaks about, especially, she come for your whole neck. AJ?
I was perturbed when why is the father important? And that would have been a great moment to say, well, let's look at prison right now. Let's look at teen pregnancy rates right now. Let's look at all of these factors that are fucking up our communities. And there's your answer, miss. See, that's why I couldn't be on there. Byron got to say it the way I said it. I got to do the filter. He'll say it the right way. Because I'm done. The political correctness.
Shortly after Officer Mitchell's death.
Oh
no, go ahead. That was me. Go ahead. Sorry. I hit it in the note. Sorry. Scrolling.
What was I saying? Yeah. So typical combative, aggressive, masculine black woman who has no respect for men. That's why I don't know if she has one or not, but I'm gonna go with probably not. I don't know if she has children, but I'm gonna go with probably not. And it's about career, being a boss bitch, which is fine, but that's not every woman's walk. But anyway, I didn't hear what she had to say about the Harrison Bucker situation. I got to go back and see what she said about that, because I know she probably had something to say about that. But anyway,
nobody cares.
We will be right back.
Summer is here. Head on over to ajsrantroom.com. We got all of your summer needs covered. From bathing suits to swim trunks, flip-flops and tote bags, towels, tanks, and muscle shirts. Oh, and you can't forget about the visors and the hats. It's lit. So head on over to ajsrantroom.com and get your summer poppin'. You won't be disappointed.
And now it's time. It's time for our trending topic.
Shortly after Officer Mitchell's death was announced, police from across Minnesota began honoring him. A procession started at HCMC. Dozens of cars had lined up for hours to escort his body to the medical examiner's office.
Today, the city of Minneapolis lost a hero in police officer Jamal Mitchell. This officer gave the ultimate sacrifice to protect and save the lives of others. His life, his service, and his name will forever be remembered in the city of Minneapolis.
People across the Twin Cities are showing their support, putting blue lights out to signify that they stand with police.
Now, just last year, CNN interviewed Minneapolis police officer Jamal Mitchell. He was one of those two officers who saved an elderly couple from a burning home. What he said back then about serving the community resonates even more now that he gave up his life to help others.
That's the part of the job. You're like putting others, we're here to protect the community, do what we can to serve the community. We are trained to put others' lives in front of ours.
During an overnight news conference, Minneapolis Police Chief Brian O'Hara said at the time he commended and honored Officer Mitchell. That rescue just 3 days after Mitchell was sworn in as a police officer. That story gained nationwide attention, including this story as part of CNN's Beyond the Call of Duty series. There's also a special report by the FBI that highlights just how dangerous police work can be. Between 2021 and 2023, 194 police officers died in the line of duty. That's the most they've seen in 20 years. That same report shows nearly 80,000 officers were assaulted on the job last year. That is the highest report in the last 10 years. Of course, we will continue to cover this tragic story and provide any updates as soon as we learn them, because we are working to get more information, including how this all unfolded. And as soon as we get that information, we'll pass it along.
Prince?
You know, I mean, unless you've been living under a rock, everybody knows I'm a retired police officer.
Lies.
But the one thing I want to say about Mitchell is he was modest in that video. He told an untruth, and that untruth was, we are trained to put our lives before others. No, Officer Mitchell, you weren't trained to do that. That was ingrained in you. You cannot be taught to run in a burning building and save people that you do not know. That is ingrained in you. I will tell you, we have police officers that was trained to wazoo, and when it came to actually put it into action, they froze. You, sir, are a hero. So rest in peace. Don't no, you weren't trained to do anything. That was ingrained in you. Now, with the animal that took your life and altered the lives of others that fateful day. Where's his statue? Because it's coming.
Ooh.
Are you going to do mitigating factors for him? Are you going to say what are you going to say about him? He's a piece of dog shit, and he should be put down. And this is the problem when you don't respect police officers and you put everything in a vacuum. You think that all police officers are bad. Were all 194 of those officers bad? Were all of those 80,000 officers deserve to be assaulted? No. This is the bullshit that I'm talking about when it comes to protecting the police back in the blue and protecting the people that's protecting y'all silly asses. So you could run, loot, steal, smoke meth, smoke crack, just do all unlawful godful shit. And you know what's funny? In that video when the mayor was talking, if you look in the back, the black police chief, if you look back there, I don't know if he's chief or not, but he had the stars on. If you look at him, you know what that face was? That he has to still go out there knowing that one of his brothers was shot down in cold blood. He has to still go out here and protect the very animal that did it. He has an obligation and a duty to protect that animal that took his brother from him. You know what's funny? That animal is going to get a lifetime. He's going to get interviews. He's going to get 1,000 pieces of why he went bad. And Officer Jamal, his story is going to go by the wayside. Nobody's going to give a statue for him. Nobody's going to care. I even saw some of you cheering it, and it was disgusting. Like, it's just, you know what, police, after all this, I don't blame y'all. When the next Jamal or Jim or Tom or whatever gets blown up, don't send me a t-shirt. I don't give a shit. I'll wipe my ass with that t-shirt. They deserved it.
All right.
Wow.
Okay. Well, all I have to say is, you see, we're not hearing anything about it. See, everybody's quiet. We're not even talking about it. But again, like they would like to tell us, that's someone's loved one, right? That's somebody loves this person, and some animal decided to come out of its cage and take it upon themselves to take his life. And I think the most disgusting part, again, is like we've seen before, is how people will call the animal the hero because they like to say that all police are bad. Yet those same people are the same people who call the police. Those people call when they need help. Genty. So sometimes you have to be honest in the reality of the world in which we live in. And this is a human, and he didn't deserve to just have his life taken from him, protecting and serving and doing his job. Yet we have heard nothing. I want a parade. I want all these black activists to show up and show out. I want you to say his name. Oh no! But the man who holds guns to pregnant women's bellies deserves a statue and a gold casket.
And a whole movement after him.
Whole movement. So what's interesting? Which black lives? Let's reflect. Let's just reflect. Which black lives are important again? Remind me. Remind me which ones are important. The ones that make you money. The ones that send that rake up all the emotions and ignorant people. Are those the ones that matter? Because this is a black man. And is it because a black man took his life? Is that what it is? Or is it because he wore a badge? I'm just confused. I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure out which one is it. Because they either matter or they don't. But they only seem to matter when the white man takes the black man's life. They don't seem to matter when the black man takes the black man's life. Those things don't seem to matter. So stop with all your fuckery. Stop with all your fake, outrage. We're done. They either matter or they don't. Okay, so when it becomes on the even playing field and they all matter, then you can come and talk to me. Until then, kick rocks with open-toed shoes.
There needs to be an asterisk next to your last statement. Also, you have to be Democrat, pro-LGBT. You got to be all that. You got to be liberal. You got to go left only, right? If you're a Republican, a conservative, independent, anybody, your life don't matter either. So you got to make sure you clarify that. Speaking of animal, let's run the piece on the animal, and then we'll come back and talk about it.
Okay. We have new details tonight about the man accused of shooting and killing Officer Jamal Mitchell in South Minneapolis last week. Police say that Mustafa Ahmed Mohammed was killed by police after he opened fire on Officer Mitchell, shooting him several times and killing him in what authorities say was an ambush.
Morgan Wolf looked into Mohammed's background today. She joins us now with what she found out. Morgan?
Yes, well, we requested some court documents that give us an alarming insight into Mohammed's trouble with the law that date back decades.
First thing he did when he got out of his car was try to help victims that were at a scene, and he was ambushed.
The man BCA investigators say shot and killed Minneapolis police officer Jamal Mitchell had multiple warrants out for his arrest. Mustafa Muhammad's criminal history goes back 2 decades. He was convicted of burglary in Hennepin County in 2007. Court records say that Muhammad and 3 others broke into a woman's home when she was away. Then when she returned, they pushed her down to the ground and ran. While still on probation, he was convicted of burglary again in 2008, this time at an auto parts store. In 2013, Eden Prairie police encountered Mohammed on a call of reports of the smell of marijuana. Court documents say that Mohammed was not complying with police. No drugs were found, but a gun was. He was federally indicted in that case, and in 2015, he was sentenced for 8 years. He was released in May 2020. 2 years later, in August, Mohammed was arrested again for possession of a firearm and ammunition. Court documents say that he ran from police in this case, throwing an object in the process that they later found was the gun. He's been on the run, evading a warrant for his arrest for nearly 2 years before that shootout with police.
We are still waiting to hear about when a funeral or service will be held for Officer Mitchell. In the meantime, there is a fund created to help his family, including his children. That information is on our website.
All right. Thank you, Morgan.
Now, with these low totem pole, bottom of the barrel, bottom of the pudding cup blacks will focus on, the fact that they did a deep dive into his criminal history. That's what they'll focus on. Not the fact that he just blew a man away whose own fucking child will never know him. No, that's not important. What's important is we're highlighting his criminality because he's a fucking criminal. How about it? Go at it. Anyway,
I'll just keep it sweet. Okay, so the fact that they want to humanize the animal is the biggest problem that I have with all of this. Nobody cares, okay? So he's a criminal. Those weren't lies. He did that. That's who he is as a human. And that's how you need to look at him, okay? So he wasn't reformed, okay? He just was a bad person. That's the truth. Oh, and that's why you guys don't want to talk about it. Because you're not going to be able to show us his, little kid picture when he was so cute and great and didn't do anything bad. You're not going to be able to show us that. You're not going to show us that. So that's why you don't want to talk about it. He's a criminal. Sorry, hate to be the bearer of bad news. He did bad things, and that was his life. He was like a lifetime criminal. He just lived his life being a criminal. So your emotions, spare them. I don't care. I do not care.
We do not care.
You know who wasn't crying and talking about the virtues of that animal? His father.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's a lot of rage for a person that, may or may not have had the proper upbringing. But I don't want to take away from Officer Jamal Mitchell. I'm pretty sure you will be missed by your family, the Minneapolis Police Department, and you will be missed by people that didn't even know you, because all heroes don't wear capes. And people are going to understand real quick, when there is no police, there is chaos. Say what you want, they're flawed, but the police are a necessary system to protect. You literally have human beings out here risking their lives for whatever that salary may be, but you got people who run and jump high who are set for life. So just keep that in perspective.
Okay.
All right. To brighten the mood up just a little bit, possibly. Looks like Donnie getting out. Might be off.
We can't hear you.
Can't hear me.
Oh, there you go. You're back. Go ahead.
You went out.
You went out. It was weird.
I went out. Which part did y'all hear?
You have a song for everything.
We heard it. It was just low. So Donnie, go ahead. Just start over. Go ahead.
Donnie got out. He got out.
Donnie might walk in New York. The judge in Trump's hush money trial flags Facebook post claiming juror spoke about the case. Well, all right. Well, the judge who oversaw former President Donald Trump's hush money criminal trial in New York made the parties aware Friday of a post to the court system's Facebook page. In the post, the user said, "My cousin is a juror and says Trump is getting convicted. Thank you, folks, for all your hard work." That's all I have on that part. So yeah, if this is actually true, which they're trying to verify now. Do we have any updates yet? I didn't see anything.
I haven't seen any updates.
They're still trying to verify that timestamp.
So if they verify this, Inked, what happens next?
Why are you asking her? She's not a fucking lawyer.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't know why he's asking me.
What happens next?
I don't know why he's asking me. I just made coffee. Well, it's a wrap. They'll have a mistrial. They won't. There will be no reach. I would have to look deeper a little bit. Oh, pause.
Deeper and deeper. Damn, I'd have to look into it.
I'd have to look into it a little more, but he won't be retried. It'll be a wrap, right? So what they're going to do right now is they're going to find everything possible to prove that that's a troll account, that person's cousin wasn't really on the juror. That was just a coink-a-dink that they said that. So that's what they're working on right now. It's very simple to verify a timestamp on Facebook.
Right.
It tells you. You make the comment, boom, post. It tells you what it is. It's not very difficult to figure out what the stamp is. So, he wrote this little letter, the judge did. I was trying to read it. They're saying it was posted on May 29th, which was the day before. So it's not looking good. But from what I understand, whatever this account is, it trolls on their Facebook all the time.
Really?
So, yeah. So from what I could read, I was just trying to look into it. So, yeah. So they say that this account is like a troll account, essentially. So they're going to do everything in their power to prove that it's not valid and that whoever this person is not related to anybody on the jury.
Okay.
That's what's getting ready to happen. We're not going to have an answer quickly.
Of course not. Of course not.
Get your
Welcome
Felon 2024 merch.
Jeez, yes, before it's irrelevant. Anyway, we'll be back. Hey. All right, it's time to get petty.
Before we start this petty, AJ, did you see my message to you in the chat, the little private chat in here?
He didn't have a video.
He told me when we were chatting there was one.
I forgot.
Okay. So anyways, moving forward, so it's time to be petty, so I'm going to be petty. So my petty goes out to that busted, broke, black, burnt bitch, D-Ron. D-Ron Slater of Facebook. You lying piece of shit. Okay? I don't know why you stay on Mandingo's nuts. Okay? Just tell us if you want him. He doesn't swing that way, but just tell us. Okay? Come on out and tell us. I've watched your videos. Okay? You posted videos talking about your backyard. Okay, bitch, you just got out of jail 2 days ago, so don't play with me. Okay? Your backyard? Oh, it's not your backyard. Okay, see, this is what happens when they have things like photo find, when you can like search the photos on the internet, and you tell people where you are. It's the forest preserves. Okay, so when they released your ass and you was making videos downtown with your cousins, you went 10 minutes down the road to this place. Okay, I have a screenshot of the cars parked there. Okay, but this is your backyard. Okay, so the truth be told, you stay drunk. So I don't know who you're fighting because Mandingo would embarrass you. Wait, you're 5'7". You're 5'7".
Oh.
5'7". Okay, so when you'll be looking up to him because he's like 6'3". Okay, and he's gonna slap you like the bitch that you are. Okay. You know nothing. He's nobody's trash man. See, this is how irrelevant I know you people are on social media. You think you know somebody. You think because somebody shared. I keep telling you guys, when people share information with you on social media, it doesn't make it real. Just because we tell you something about us doesn't mean that that's the truth. I don't know why you guys cannot figure that out yet. So you like to pretend that you know somebody based on the information in which we share with you that is not always the truth. We just say it to say it because we can. Because we all know that you guys are a walking social media lie. You literally can't help yourself. You're cracked out because crack is cheap. Whitney told us that. You're drunk all the time that you get arrested for intoxication because you're just that hot of a mess. You don't have a mansion. You don't have a boat. You barely have a home, and that's because it's your mama's. So if you're really about it, you funky trifling whore, let us know, because we know you're not. You just bump your gums with your Movado. What the fuck is a Movado? Nigga, bye. Okay, this. Trust me, I know somebody who is a watch connoisseur. He'll embarrass you. Okay, stop playing. Stop playing with me. Okay, shut your mouth. Go back to rehab or wherever you were. Go be with your mama and stop lying to the world. Okay, you do not own the forest preserves. Okay, you don't. I'm done.
Hold on.
We're so over.
Embarrassed.
Wow. I was trying to get my oh, I guess it's my phone. I don't see. Oh well. Anyway, I don't know what my petty is now because I don't care straight. Well, one of my petties is Miss Alabama. So I don't know if y'all saw this woman,
Alabama.
but she is the literal Alabama. Like she's probably as big as the state, and it is no, like if you're fat, you're fat. Just it is what it is, right? I'm not
We
attacking
know.
you because you're fat. I'm not even attacking you. I just want people to be honest with people. You know, that's not healthy. It's not good for you. It's not a good image to show to little girls. That's not something they should aspire to. Stop it. This woman is morbidly obese, meaning she's one virus away, like COVID. You know, when people were dropping like flies, but they were eating chitlins for decades. Same thing with her, right? So you're literally one moment away. Your organs are just looking for an opportunity to say, "Oh, ooh, all right, let's go to glory." That's what we don't want. So instead of encouraging this, because we all know this is a DEI hire, this is a DEI win, you know, because diversity, equity, inclusion includes them too. How about we do this? Because do you know how hard these women work? Then they eating salt, they drinking water, they having salads, skipping meals, really doing the work, investing in their craft, into the gowns, into the makeup, into the hair, and all the other stuff that goes into the training that goes into it. People think it's just standing there and being pretty. No, it's a whole bunch of work. And then here you come. They done all this work, and you waddle in after you done had all the McDonald's you wanted, all the Burger King, all the snacks, all the pizza, and you win? And I'm hungry? I'm speaking for the girls, because I know, if you look at that picture of them girls, they were mad as hell. Mad. They was like, how the fuck? I'm sitting here with my stomach growling because I made the sacrifices for this. And Oompa Loompa here is to walk in and take my fucking statue. Nah, that's not how that's gonna work. So here's the thing. How about we encourage health? This is what we should have did during COVID. This is how you know COVID was a bullshit. It was a farce. Because what we should have been encouraging people to do was get healthy. That's what we should have encouraged. Gyms should have stayed open. Fitness centers should have stayed open. All of that stuff should have been open. Not fucking Walmart. Not fucking burger joint. But okay, I'll let y'all have it. But that's cool. Please stop promoting obesity. It should never be normalized. And what does Prince say? Make bullying great again. Because some people, you know, bullying has helped some people. You know, not some other people haven't, but for some people it works. You know, sometimes you just need to be told. I'll tell you a quick story. So right before my mother died, I was eating it up. And my boy, Bon, we'll just call him that because I don't want to say his real name because he gets mad when I say his real name. We worked together. He was sitting at the stations and he looked over at me and he was like, "Who is this?" And I was like, he was like, I don't know this age. I don't know this person. We're going to the gym tonight.
Oh.
And he went to the gym with me for like 5 months until I got my shit back on track because he knew that I needed help. And even though he said it in a very harsh way, I got it. It was out of love. So sometimes you just need to tell people what the hell it is under no uncertain terms so they get it. If you're getting your feelings, that's on you. But you know when somebody is trying to tear you down and when they really mean what the hell and when they really want to encourage you to do better. So that's what we should be encouraging this really obese, disgusting looking woman to do. But we're not going to do that. Prince.
Oh, if you see, my wife made me a s'more and she texted me saying the s'more is ready. So do with that you will. Anyway, y'all already know how long we've been doing Trifecta Hour. A long time. Y'all know what my petty is about. Who are the people that's keeping Arby's running? I never see an Arby's. Like, you ever drive by Wendy's and the line is wrapped around? When I go to an Arby's, I see nothing. I see the workers' cars at the Arby's. But there's always an Arby's coming soon. Coming soon. I hear Ving Rhames say, we have the meats. You have the meats, but who is you giving it to? Like, just I want in. Is Arby's like a front for the drug cartels? Like, what is it? Like, who is keeping the Arby's afloat? I've never been driving down the road and be like, oh man, I want some Arby's, man. I've been fiending for some Arby's. Nobody has ever said that. So Arby's, I shout out to you. Your business plan is genius, because nobody ever goes. But if you attack Arby's online, then you got people, I go to Arby's, what you trying to say? Blah, blah, blah. Well, I never see you. Film yourself. Do a TikTok right now. If you listening to this, do a TikTok of you going to Arby's and ordering your favorite thing. You can't do it because you don't go.
So is there a place, a restaurant you've never, you know what? Let me stop. Okay. We'll be right back.
Hey, get your ramp pride gear at AJsRantRoom.com. All right, it's time for our memes of the week.
Yes.
Oh God, this is gonna be bad.
For our memes, Daddy. Let's go.
It's gonna be bad.
In reference to Pride Week, feminist becomes a man and then unalives herself because it's too hard. First of all, pause. What was too hard? What was too hard? I told y'all all y'all women be walking around talking something. If I had one, I'll be slanging it. I'll be having sex like every day. No, you won't.
I would. All day.
No, you won't.
All day.
I'll be having sex like 8 hours straight. No, you won't. You'll be annoyed.
I would
be
not.
annoyed.
Okay, we gotta move.
All right, next meme. Pride Week. Kindergartners. I want to learn my ABCs. Public school teacher. I said we gay today. Mr. Ozima. Thank you for having me. Why are you gay? Who says I'm gay? You are gay. Is it Ms. or Mr.?
Oh my God, I can't breathe.
The four whores of apocalypse. We got Barack, our fake U.S. citizen. We got Michelle or Michael, our fake woman. We got Biden, our fake president. And then we got Dr. Jill Biden, who's our fake doctor.
Oh
well, you know, they've been giving out honorary doctorates. So Fat Joe got one. Diddy got one. They trying to take that one away from Diddy. So you know what?
Nope.
Have at it.
Take it now. Can't take it
Too
now.
late. You gave it to him.
Meme, please. All right. Haitians, just y'all are never going to beat these allegations. Getting invited to your friend's black friend's barbecue. In the same sentence, he's Haitian. So for those who don't know, there's a myth going around that Haitians are cannibals. So,
oh my God,
if your friend is Haitian and he invites you over, the first thing you want to ask is who else gonna be there?
Oh my gosh!
And what's to eat?
This is not.
You may be on the menu.
Give me some black rice. Oh my God.
All right, Mrs. Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce, you fucking sellout. You went so far deep. You went from Georgia peach ass to flapjacks, and now you pushing Pfizer. You pushing. You're speaking out against Harrison Butker. First of all, you don't even take your relationship seriously. So you getting mad at a man that's saying, "Hey, stay home." Be good to your woman. Hey, women, if you want to work, fine, but it's also good to be a mother. But you disagreeing with that. But meanwhile, you smashing beer cans against your head. You fucking everything that's moving now. You's a family man with Taylor Swift. Get your ass out of here. You would be the first man to have a baby if the check is good enough. And those are the memes of the week.
Did you say that out loud?
I did. He would put it. He would have one.
Okay.
It's time for our Urban Dictionary word of the day.
Okay, so since we was running over, I couldn't call out that busted bitch Carmen. So I just want to let Carmen know, and her raggedy ass friends who seem to think that I'm broke. I'm gonna tell you what broke means. So the word is broke. Okay, Jaylee, spell it for the broke people. Okay, no, I'm dead ass serious, because it's always the people who be on the TikTok with their cash apps begging, ain't got no jobs, but they calling other people broke. You ain't got no job, bitch. You asking other people for money to pay your bills, but you calling somebody broke, you fat hog fuck. You? Yeah, you and that busted burnt bitch Carmen. Okay, so here we go. The state of having nothing. Okay? No money. My name is Hog Boss. I am broke. Okay? It's a state of being. Okay? So when you trifling funky bitches pay my bills, okay? When you trifling fucking bitches are giving me money, then you can call me broke, okay? But don't throw stones in glass houses, okay? Okay?
Well.
Okay? See, so this over here is well taken care of. Credit cards and all, okay? People give me their credit cards, okay? Yes, he does, okay? So this is taken care of. I don't need your help, okay? But the next time you funky bitches want to call me broke, run that. Run that.
Prince, it's so good she wearing his hat.
I know, right?
Anyway,
I thought she was from California.
It's time for Throwback Friday.
Nigga's a New Yorker.
I don't know why you guys always be trying to talk about somebody's business. Oh, look at me.
You was broke in that picture.
You see that dog? You see that dog? You see that dog?
Yes.
How broke was I?
Oh my God.
Okay.
It looked like shrimp fried rice to me, right, Lee?
Like a shelter.
Okay. You know your picture's coming up, right? You know your picture's coming up, right? Oh, okay. Let's get to it. Prince.
What the hell? First of all,
I can't even see you. What is going on?
I tried to enhance the picture.
Yeah, you fucked it up.
And then it looked like you got vitiligo.
You can't mess with perfection. That's what happened.
That's because he's
so
possessed.
Blurry, I couldn't even use the original.
You got me looking like Christian Rock's son.
He's possessed. He's so ugly as a baby that he couldn't even be photographed.
Oh Lord! I don't know what grade. I don't know what grade this was. I don't know anything.
I don't know, but why you take Tyler the Creator's picture?
Shut up! I did look like Tyler the Creator.
Ooh, AJ's baby's gonna be able to hear. Yeah. They gonna
AJ,
be able to hear.
Oh, everybody hates Chris looking ass. Where's your hairline?
Oh my God! Let's zoom in. Hey, AJ.
Not too much.
Look,
Look
everybody
at
gonna look.
ears. Oh my
AJ's baby's gonna be able to hear.
I do remember
You should have heard 9/11 coming with them ears. God.
We wrong.
There's a plane coming. Everybody out. Everybody out. What? Let me stop.
Okay, we're done. Come on. We're done.
Oh my God. Where are we?
We're done.
Okay, cool. So yes, thank y'all so much for tuning in. This is episode 54, right? Or 53. Where are we?
54.
Okay, 54.
55 is loading.
55 is loaded. Peace. Trifecta Hour. Please hit the thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and make sure you hit that notification bell. Woo! You can also follow us on TikTok and Instagram. And if you really want to make us smile, you can subscribe to us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.